All right, so we're given an absolute value equation and asked to solve it. First off, when you solve an absolute value equation, you could get one answer, you could get two answers, or there could be no solution. So that's why when you look at the answer choices here, you see some of them have two answers, some of them have one, and then there's one that says there's no solution. Now, when you solve this, you're going to solve this basically like you would solve a regular equation. So let me rewrite the problem here. So the absolute value of 2x plus 4 minus 8 equals 0. The first thing I want to do is isolate the absolute value piece. So I want to get the absolute value of 2x plus 4 by itself. So I want to get rid of the minus 8. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 8 to both sides of the equation. So plus 8, that goes away. And so I have the absolute value of 2x plus 4 equals 8. So remember, so this is the absolute value of this is equal to 8. And so if I wrote this down and I said, what's inside the question mark? You might say, oh, well, it could be 8. And you'd be right. So the absolute value of 8 is equal to 8. But someone else might say, well, it could be negative 8. And they would be correct too, because the absolute value of negative 8 is also 8. So what that means is that what's inside of here, the 2x plus 4, could be 8 or it could be negative 8. So at this point, I'm going to take this and I'm going to split it into two equations and solve them. And that's how you end up with two answers. Now, the way you end up with no solution is if this 8 here was negative and it said the absolute value is equal to negative 8, that's no solution because absolute value is always equal to a positive. So you can't get a negative number out. So if you isolate this and it's equal to a negative number, that would be no solution. So just be aware of that. So I'm going to break this into two equations. And so one of the equations is I'm going to say, well, 2x plus 4, we said could be equal to 8. That would work. Or 2x plus 4 could be equal to negative 8. That also works. And then we're going to solve these two equations. So solve them by first subtracting 4 minus 4. And you could solve these at the same time if you want. So then I get 2x equals 4 because the steps are the same. So this one minus 4 minus 4. And so I get 2x equals negative 12. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And again, I can just do both of them at the same time. Divide by 2, divide by 2. And so here I have x equals 2, because this canceled out. That cancels out. And this one I get x equals negative 6. And so that corresponds with answer D. So hopefully that helps you. Keep working hard, and you will master the math.